I see doctors across the country all the time who unfortunately remember the days before Roe. And they remember women dying in emergency rooms, women who didn't have access to legal abortion. And they're a great important reminder that this is a right we cannot take for granted.
To be a patient of an abortionist was a crime in itself. It just didn't make sense that we would be withholding a safe legal procedure that could have eliminated all of this heartache and trauma and threat to their lives.
We saw women coming in with incomplete abortions that had been obviously induced.
Women took chances with their life every day.
It was a day when the phones were ringing off the wall, people were coming by, some to congratulate me, some to talk about things, some just because they heard so much commotion and they wanted to know what was going on. So there were lots of people all over the country who were having their own celebrations and getting together and talking about how much it would change life. Because for women, it meant they were the ones to make that decision, not the government.
It's also so important on this 40th anniversary of Roe to recognize and appreciate the doctors and clinicians all across the country who take care of women every day. Even as we celebrate the 40th anniversary of Roe and the importance it has made in the lives of women in America, there are politicians who still spend every day trying to take away women's access to health care.
Who our elected officials are in terms of the president, the governors, the members of the House and Senate, at the congressional level, at the state level, that becomes, I think, the most important thing, because they're the ones who pass the laws, who decide what's going to happen.
For a long time, the pro-choice, pro-life labels have really masked, I think, the complexity of this topic and how most people authentically feel. Young people in particular, many of whom were born long after the Roe decision, don't identify with the labels of pro-choice and pro-life.
Abortion is not a boxed-in issue. It's a very complex issue. It has a lot of different parts to it. A lot of decision-making goes behind a woman deciding to have an abortion. So putting a label on it is just not fair.
A woman needs to be able to make her own decisions in consultation with her doctor, with her family, about her pregnancy. And we need to keep politicians out of making the most personal, private decisions that a family can make.
To making sure that I am a young woman who knows the power of making her own decision.
To continued vigilance, continued protection, continued investment in those principles that we believe in.
To make sure that women of my daughter's generations have the same rights that I've had in my life.